One thing I love about the Uncharted series is how each game got progressively better as time went on. This applies to Uncharted 4 and it's why I think it's the best Uncharted game in the series. In this video, I will be reviewing Uncharted 4 and giving my reasons as to why I think it's the best in the series. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. The story in this game is by far the most emotional in the whole Uncharted saga, due to the relationship between Nathan and Sam and the journey they go through. They gelled very well together and it enhanced the story very well as they had a very good and believable brother dynamic which was developed quite well. They made you feel for Sam, which also helped develop Nathan at the same time. Our classic characters such as Sully and Elena make a comeback and they are still very integral to the story, and I love the dynamic between them and Nathan. They both also had very interesting arcs with Nathan, which were done very well in my opinion. The villains were also compelling, which made the whole treasure hunt quite worthwhile and entertaining. The plot keeps you very entertained and an anticipation of what's going to happen next. The whole setting that was explored in the game was also very interesting, which helped enhance the overall experience as it made you want to find out more about the whole story of what went down to get this treasure and the full history of it. Overall, Uncharted 4 boasts a very strong emotional story with good supporting characters that make it worthwhile. It also manages to tell a very interesting treasure hunt story just like the previous Uncharted games, while having a deeper emotional story that the other games did not go as deep into. The story also completed Nathan's arc as a character, which was something I really appreciated, as they respected his character while giving us a very exciting tale that I will never forget. The combat is also the best it has ever been in the Uncharted series. This is mainly due to the grappling rope, which added tons of options to approach combat and it allowed you to come up with many interesting combos. The grappling rope also made traversal much more fun when compared to the older games, as it gave you more ways to climb stuff and it was also very easy and smooth to use. A very good addition to the game which really enhanced the overall experience. The cover system also works pretty much the same as the previous games, which isn't a bad thing, since those systems were good and work well. The system is complemented well with a wide variety of guns with very detailed animations which look very crisp, resulting in the combat feeling even more enjoyable. It is a huge upgrade from the previous games, which I really appreciate. The enemy AI is also much more advanced when compared to the previous games, as they would often try to flank you and they can figure out your battle plan quite easily. I like how this works as it makes the stakes much higher in combat and it feels very rewarding to outsmart the enemies and defeat them. You also cannot go full Rambo on too many enemies as they would be able to flank you very easily and ruin your day. This is where the stealth system comes in, which is much more handy in this game when compared to the older Uncharted games. This is due to the fact of you having more options in stealth, like hiding in the grass and taking out people from above and below, much like Assassin's Creed. The detection meter is also quite similar to the Assassin's Creed games, but it's slightly less forgiving. But it's still fair at the end of the day. It makes the enemies more alive, which I appreciate, as it helps you feel more immersed in combat. I also like how you can go in and out of stealth by breaking the line of sight from your enemy, which allows you to go back to stealth if you did not intend to get spotted in the first place. It's a very fun and enjoyable system which gives the player a lot of options to tackle the situation. It also keeps the combat very exciting, which is what every game should aim to do at the end of the day, as by the end of the game, I was still not sick of the combat. Overall, the combat is great. It's fun, interesting, and gives you a lot of options without making you feel overwhelmed. It is also complemented with a good traversal system which makes it even more fun. It is a really fun time overall. The platforming is also very good and it's probably the best in any Uncharted game. This is due to the grappling rope which made traversing easier and it also gave you more combat options. I swear, this grappling rope is such a good addition to this game. It literally enhances the game in such a great way. On top of this, the jumping is very responsive and it's easy to get around all over the game. I also like how some structures will break as Nathan is climbing, just like in the previous games. It helps add to the realism in the game, which makes it a more immersive experience overall. The platforming is at its best of any Uncharted game due to how smooth it is thanks to the grappling rope and improved movements. It truly helped make my experience with the game better as a whole. The environments in this game is also some of the most beautiful environments I have ever experienced in any video game ever. The graphics really look fantastic. It helped me feel very immersed in the game as I was playing in such a beautiful environment, which helped add to the overall experience of the game. I will also find myself stopping at some moments to take in the gorgeous scenery and practice my photo mode skills. It's truly a beautiful game and I appreciate all the hard work that went into making it this beautiful. Uncharted 4 is not just a great Uncharted game, it's a great game, and it's probably one of my favorite PS4 exclusives of all time. It achieved everything it set out to do, and it gave a very well executed send-off to Nathan Drake. The story was also complemented by engaging and fun combat, which I just didn't get bored of. It was very entertaining. It has also very little flaws, which is why I'm giving this game a 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece which proves that the PS4 exclusives are something of a marvel. I highly recommend this game for anyone who has not given it a go yet, as it's truly a blast. Alright guys, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section, and with that being said, this has been 236 and Ruben, signing out.